Your ideal life starts today. With Smart Postpaid, get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by HCSI Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
We welcome you back to the Tanduay Gym for our continuing coverage of the Fil-Chi Athletic Association 40 Division Elimination Games. This will be our main event of the evening in this rainy Friday evening. Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes against Grace Christian College Goodfellow Pharma. Battle of undefeated teams. Randolph B. Leongson together with Coach Anton De Los Reyes bringing you the action. And this is going to be an absolute classic, Coach Anton.
Oh, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our FCAAI 40s division. You mentioned at the top of the broadcast, undefeated teams, 3-0 for LAMTEX Pipes, 4-0 for Goodfellow Pharma. Something's got to give in today's ball game.
And we are talking about this battle for positioning. 1-0 has got to go, and we have 40 minutes to define that one as you take a look at the proponents for today's action. And we will take a look at our PG Flex Linoleum key matchup. Of course, who else? Big game, James Yap, uncorking 29 points and 15 rebounds in that last game against Xavier School Acro City ex Zouche. He will be going head-to-head against Grace Christians. Alvin Lim, who put up 15 points and 3 rebounds in that last contest against St. Jude.
So that's going to be a key matchup for both of these squads. Of course, James Yap, we all know the capabilities that he has. But Alvin Lim, that's someone that you're going to have to look out for in today's game.
May question pa ba dun sa galing? Medyo magaling yata, but this is going to be an interesting matchup considering yung conditioning nitong Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma against this heavyweight team against Washong. And we will go to our Coliseum Barker for our official introduction of this game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The battle continues here at the Tanduay Gym in Quiapo, Manila. This is the 2025 Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated 40th Division Basketball Tournament. It's the second game of our doubleheader featuring HCSI LAMTEX Pipes against GCC Goodfellow Pharma. Now it's time to meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for HCSI LAMTEX Pipes. At point guard number 7, Leoncio Canuday. At shooting guard number 20, Eduardo Aljado. At small forward number 11, Ragni Cinco. At power forward number 8, Jose Villegas. And at center number 25, Ken Bono. Coaching LAMTEX Pipes is Muriel Garcia. Now let's meet the starters for GCC Goodfellow Pharma. At point guard number 5, Albert Chua. At shooting guard number 23, G.S. Sanidad. At small forward number 4, Alan Tan. At power forward, number 15, Alvin Lim. And at center, number 8, Alex Lau. The coach for Goodfellow Pharma is Joey Dada. Our referees for today's game are Edric Chico, Andy Espirito, and Gilbert Castañeda.
You heard the official introductions for this battle of undefeated teams. You see, all business for the players. And if you are near the area here in Tanduay Gym, entrance is free. But if you are not, we hope you're enjoying this. Gonna be an absolute classic. We are live on Facebook, on Smart Sports, and on the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated page. Please like and share our streams. As you see, the big man, Ken Bono, former UAAP MVP from Adamson, leading the charge for the early goings for Washong against Grace Christian College Good Pharma as they control the possession. Washong in immaculate white, meanwhile Grace Christian in baby blues. Miss 3 for Grace Christian, but empty possession for Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma. Ken Bono has the basketball, almost lost the possession. Aliado from 4-point country hits it to start the game.
Edgardo Aliado, you mentioned it, from the parking lot, starting things off with that 3-ball.
Albert Edsel Chua quarterbacking for Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma. Baseline J won't go down. Second chance, second offensive rebound for Grace. Pull up J for Dunhill D won't go down. Aliado with the rebound. Here comes Leo Canuday. Leaves it to Aliado. Mark Stephen Lim. Back to Aliado. Second try from 3 won't go. Ken Bono will hold this ball. Leo Canuday finds an opening. Corner 3, third try. 1 of 3 for Eduardo Aliado. He's got the green light. Meanwhile, first basket for Grace Christian Good Pharma, courtesy of Alan Tan.
So Alan Tan running the break, and that's the advantage that Grace Goodfellow Pharma has against this Washong squad. Their fast break ability.
Ken Bono misses on the 3, out of bounds for Ragni Cinco. As we take a look at this BYD fast break of the game, courtesy of Alan Anson Tan. Tan has the basketball, defended by Canuday. From 4-point country again, no. But that's blocked. But a foul will be called against Jose Villegas.
And early on, we're seeing the offensive rebounding of Grace Christian College Goodfellow Pharma.
Yeah, third offensive rebound for Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma. So really the added attention to pack the paint, given the heft of Ken Bono down low.
Good on both for Alvin Brian Lim. Wide bodies for Grace Christian College Goodfellow Pharma.
Aliado to Canuday. Villegas with the screen. Canuday takes it and makes it. Leo Canuday, second 3 of the game for Washong.
That's the long 2 there for Leo Canuday, stepping into a 2-pointer.
On the other end, Lim swiped away. Here comes Washong. Nice find, Leo Canuday. 4 straight points to his name.
Albert Chua trying to go for that steal on Leo Canuday. Left Leo Canuday open.
And
that's Ragni Cinco.
Yeah, Ragni Cinco attracting 2 defenders, leaving Canuday open. And once again, Canuday will fasten the pace. Floater won't go for Ragni 5. Alvin Lim gives it to a teammate. Luth. Bono has the rebound stolen away. Chua 4-3. Albert Edsel Chua. It's raining threes. Wow.
Albert Edsel Chua. Hand down, man down. Ball game up.
Main event, you say? And it's just what? The first 4 minutes. Passes it to an opponent. Alan Tan. Break with the baseline. Jay, that's good.
Alvin Lim that time. Gilbert Sanidad. Nice pass, nice find for his teammate for the deuce.
You know, the action has been fast-paced. I'm losing track on who has the basketball. Kanuday goes to the corner. 5.
Coming back with that fast break.
And that takes us to the Chengnan timeout. Grace ahead by 4.
Your ideal life starts today. Paid. Get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Grace Christian College. Good Pharma. Good fellow Pharma leading by 4 points as we take a look at this genius assist of the game. That was a nice pass by Alan Tan. Oh, sorry, that's Albert Edsel Chua. I told you the action has been fast-paced.
Well, we were talking about it during the break. For Grace Christian College, they're going to run Washong College Iloilo out of the building. That is their advantage here because Albert Edsel Chua, very capable fast break catalyst for them.
Nice 2-man game between Villegas and Ragni 5 to cut the lead to 2 points for Washong LAMTEX Pipes.
And for the side of Washong, they're going to pound that ball inside. They have that advantage underneath.
And you see the green light for Washong College of Iloilo to just heave it up from threes. They're trying to really create those opportunities from distance. But on the other end, Villegas will be called for the foul.
And the offensive rebounding for the side of Grace Christian College, doing a great job getting those second chance opportunities. And that's something that Washong needs to check. They got to box out. They got to put a body on those players.
I believe that's the 4th offensive rebound now for good fellow Pharma. 3 ball, still won't go down. That's Alvin Brian Lim. And on the other end, unstoppable is Leo Canuday to tie the game at 11.
This could be a breakout game for Leo Canuday. James Yap not present in today's ball game.
Not yet in this game. He's got a lot of fans waiting for him. Villegas with the rebound. Canuday directing traffic. Tanduay. He's got 4 points to his name. Ken Bono goes inside.
Tough to stop. Ken Bono, too big, too strong. Getting the deuce.
You know how great Ken Bono is despite the size. He's that deceiving big. I mean, he's been that all his career long. Meanwhile, Grace Christian short on that one, but again, another offensive rebound. This time, coming from Lau.
This is fifth offensive rebound.
That's something that Coach Muriel Garcia will have to look on. I mean, yes, you are allowing Grace to miss, but you are also giving them second chance points. Ken Bono, 4-3, all net.
Seems like Ken Bono's found his rhythm, found his range after hitting that drive to the basket.
And he gives Washong College of Iloilo the 16-13 lead. That's a wild pass by Albert Edsel Chua. And that's going to be another Jiangnan timeout with 2:45 to go in our first quarter.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by HCSI Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
We're back here at the Tanduay Gym for the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated, the 40s division, as we take a look at this Hangry Paris three-point shot courtesy of Ken Bono to give Washong College of Iloilo the 16-13 lead in our early goings. But he takes a much-needed breather for the white shirts. Francis Barceliano comes in his lieu. Meanwhile, on the side of Goodfellow Pharma, you take a look at Alexander Lau. The offensive rebounding, we were talking about the break, just favoring Goodfellow Pharma. The conditioning is being a major factor in the early goings of this game, Coach Aton.
Well, they've got that conditioning, of course, that league, that alumni league that they're also playing simultaneously with this tournament. Got to be helping them out a lot.
Good stops by Alexander Lau, but Ragni Cinco not giving up on that play. And he will get a bonus shot as we take a look at this pause and play, power play. Ragni Cinco. Again, the relentlessness. That's, again, one of the things that you should teach to your players. Don't give up if you miss your shot. You stay with the ball.
And that time, Francis Barceliano providing that space inside for Ragni Cinco to be able to at least get a crack at that basket again.
Ragni Cinco making that bonus. Summit, the official drinking water of the FCAAI, Ragni Cinco. We were just talking about before this game, a former FEU Tamarao, and now rekindling his good old days with his fellow Washong alumni.
We talked about it, and you were able to see it as well. Francis Barceliano also played for FEU.
A lot of Tamaraos in this team for Washong College. Also, Coach Muriel Garcia, one of the assistants in that Tamaraos program.
Their head coach as well, Dennis Miranda from FEU.
A missed three again for Goodfellow Pharma, and here comes Washong. But almost intercepted by Cloyd Anthony Ang. Ball stays with the white shirts.
Cloyd Ang playing the passing lane. So far, so good for Washong College Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes. They're in the lead, 6-point lead.
Teneso gives it to Cinco. Back on him. Three ball, still won't go. Barceliano will commit the foul.
Francis Barceliano's gonna get caught warding off, trying to get the inside track on that rebound.
And this is, again, we are going to go back to that conditioning. Seems like the Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma are playing on a different pace compared to Washong.
Well, they are speeding it up because that is the advantage that we have against this Washong squad.
However, they could not hit it from distance. Fortunately, Alexander Lau gets them on the third try. He will go to the line for two. We gotta look at that offensive rebounding story. I feel like it's a lopsided affair now in favor of Grace Christian.
Alex Lau is at the line. He's limping a little. Hopefully his right, seems to be his, I don't know if it's his right leg or right foot or right calf, but something is bothering him if you look at it.
19-13 in favor of Washong. LAMTEX pipes, and away from play foul will be called as Alexander Lau will have to check out.
He's limping, so hope everything is all right.
And he has done a tremendous job down low for Goodfellow Pharma.
And it's not easy to contend with Ragni Cinco, Ken Bono, Francis Barceliano, and then you have Rizaga in there as well.
Kumbaga partidang hindi pa pumapasok sa loob si Ken Bono eh.
Ganon, oo.
Corner three, that's good for Mark Anthony Uy. And the three-point barrage continues for
Great
Washong.
find in the corner. Pulling the trigger was Mark Anthony Uy.
Saridad to Lim, 4-3, could not answer. Ball goes to Washong with 24 seconds left in our opening frame. They are ahead by 9 points. Teneso directing traffic. Gives it to Kanuday. 8 seconds to shoot. Kanuday gives it up to Teneso. Makes his move inside, goes glass. And Lim has a chance to end this, but that's going to be wide to the right with Washong College of Iloilo. LAMTEX pipes ahead by 11, 24-13 against Grace Christian College Goodfellow Pharma. What happened in that first 10 minutes, Coach Anton?
Well, surprisingly, Washong pushing the pace as opposed to Grace Christian College doing that instead. But for this side, you have Ken Bono attacking the lane, making sure he's going to get those points. And from there, that swing to the corner. Mark Anthony Uy adding to the lead of Washong College Iloilo.
And once again, Washong ahead by 11 after the first 10 minutes.
Technology moves the world, and we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks, 30 years of technology distribution.
We welcome you back here to Tanduay Gym for the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated, as a barrage of threes have enabled Washong College of Iloilo to take this 11-point lead. That last one, courtesy of Mark Anthony Uy. 3 3-pointers in that first 10 minutes, Coach Anton, has been probably the biggest ace up the sleeves of the Bacolod team of Washong.
Well, for one, that's something that that's one of their weapons. If you want to look at the weapons that they have or what they use to be able to get points on the board. Apart from that, they also have those bigs inside that are also able to get those points in the paint. Fast breaking, not really their strong suit. Talking about Washington College of Iloilo.
As we take a look at the start of the second quarter, we were mentioning for the entirety of that first quarter the offensive rebounding story. 9 offensive rebounds for Grace Christian, Goodfellow Pharma, but only 4 second chance points. So they're getting those opportunities, but they're just not cashing in on them.
They're not turning those rebounds or offensive rebounds into points, but they are getting those extra possessions. So I'll take that any day.
Yep. And now Ken Bono, fadeaway jumper, won't go down. And that's going to be a foul against Jose Villegas.
That's against Oliver Lau.
Oh, sorry, Oliver Lau.
Jose Villegas fighting to get those rebounds.
So it's now up for the other guys to really take charge. And you see now Ken Bono trying to put himself in the paint just to add presence on the front court for Washong. Kanuday, cross court pass. Aliado, he hit 3 earlier on, misses second chance effort for Washong. Kanuday. Pass it. Oh, Villegas recovers.
Great pass by Kanuday. Nice hands by Jose Villegas to be able to corral that ball.
Tinuturo ni Kanuday, dito ka pupunta pare.
And that's just UAAP pedigree for you. You gotta respect that and you gotta listen to your point guard, Leo Kanuday.
Alvin Brian Lim misses on the jumper. Ken Bono, shoot it. Three-pointer, fourth three-pointer for Washong now. They lead 29-13.
And this lead, Washong threatening to blow this game wide open.
Brian Lim, though, scoring from the perimeter. Grace Christian, Goodfellow Pharma, not wanting to fall behind early on. Aliado, well defended. But Dunhill D will be called for the foul.
A bump by Dunhill D on Eduardo Aliado. Too much PSI for Dunhill D on Aliado.
And Washong is ahead by 14 points, has a chance to extend this. Ragni 5 though, overcooks that one. Chua against 2 defenders, finds an opening.
Using his left, Albert Edsel Chua.
Becoming a one-man press. Kanuday says, Nedo ka sa kabila. Aliado gives it to the big man, Ken Bono. Against Lim. Nifty move. Won't get the friendly bounce. Ball will stay with the white shirts.
How about that head and shoulder fake by Ken Bono?
As we take a look at this pause and play, power play by Albert Edsel Chua, using the left like there's no guard. And on the other end, that's a tough basket by Leo Kanuday. 31-17 for Washington College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes. 3 ball won't go down for Alvin Brian Lim, and somehow Grace Christian has found themselves on a dry spell.
Those fast breaks not happening for Grace, and for the side of Washington, they're hitting their 3-pointers.
And Leo Kanuday will be called for the charge.
Trying to muscle his way inside was Leo Kanuday.
medyo naangat ng konti yung braso and kind of hit si Albert Edsel Chua on the face. Lim 4-3 hits it.
Finally, Alvin Lim getting a three-pointer just to be able to answer to that three-point barrage in the first quarter ng Washong College Iloilo.
Grace has been doing a lot of good stuff, but it seems like they're just hitting a brick wall when it comes to converting yung finishing, kumbaga. Doon nagkukulang. Bono, though, is too strong on that jumper. He's been trying his luck from inside. Lim, can he go back-to-back? And he does!
Nice find, Albert Edsel Chua. He finds the open player or open man in Alvin Brian Lim.
And Grace is down by just 8. This takes us to our Jiangnan timeout.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
You are looking at the Tanduay Gym for this Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated. And look who is just arrived here in our venue. Big game, James Yap, getting some much-needed clearances before he checks in. But his team is still leading by 8 points. Talking about Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes, they're still ahead, 31-23. But Grace Christian, Goodfellow Pharma, are doing their earnest to catch up, Coach Anton.
You know, sooner or later, you know, you just chip away, you just grind away at that lead, and that's going to happen for you. You don't need to hit those big three-pointers. Just take it a point at a time, couple of points at a time, execute your offense. You're going to get back into this ball game, that's for sure.
And again, we were just discussing, it seems like the conditioning is once again being a factor, but Ken Bono says, as long as I can hit threes like this, that's no problem.
Nice
Bringing the
pop
lead
out.
back to 11.
Nice pop out at the top of the key for that three ball for Ken Bono.
And Leo Canuday and Toto Ragnisico intercepted. Ball goes back to Grace Christian.
Albert Edsel Chua playing the passing lanes, getting a hand on that ball.
As we take a look at this, Hungry Pares three-point shot of the game by Ken Bono. Popping like there's no tomorrow. That specialty of the house. Alam mo, I fell in love with the basketball with Ken Bono hitting those threes, and he's just timeless. He's just timeless. Albert Edsel Chua, though, against Canuday. That matchup has been very interesting in this game. And once again, a timeout will be called. This time is brought to you by Jiangnan. 5:01 to play in our first half.
Pinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
And we're back here at the Tanduay Gym, and look who's ready to check in. But the action is on the court. James Yap now on the bench for Washong, who is ahead by 11 points. But Albert Edsel Chua hitting the three off of that timeout to keep Grace Christian, Goodfellow Pharma, in this contest. What a dogfight in this main event, Coach.
Just 8 points separating these two teams. Earlier we saw those hits from three-pointer. Now it's Grace Christian College's turn to do that.
Ragni Cinco finds an opening among those defenders. And the lead is back to double digits. MEC, empowering people through technology. Thank you for supporting the FCAAI. Wild pass by Albert Edsel Chua finds its way to JJ Chua, who misses Canuday with the rebound. Leo Canuday will go to the rack, but will lose the basketball. Said that he's being held down. Iba rin yung yung acceleration nito mga, especially if you're a former varsity like Leo Canuday who played this college game with Adamson. You see the levels in this game, and it's still evident kahit na 40 anyos pataas na.
You know, you can really tell the difference between someone who played varsity basketball, especially in the college level, as opposed to yung varsity level ng high school. And again, Leo Canuday showing what they can do in college.
Iba yung pedigree. Aliado hits another three.
Nice pass by Canuday. Nice shot by Aliado. Top of the key three-pointer. He's got it.
Second three-pointer for Aliado, Eduardo Aliado, as he gives a baker's dozen lead for Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes. But a foul will be called on that one. As we take a look on that sequence.
Jose Villegas just fell. He just dropped.
Wala namang extra motion.
He just felt Gilbert Sanidad, and then he just fell. So that's why Gilbert Sanidad fell with him.
May konting acting job.
Trying to, you know, sell the call.
Naibenta naman, kaso lang it backfired.
The other way around is what happened.
Grace, Goodfellow Pharma now has the basketball. Villegas, though, intercepts that pass. What a way to make up for that boo-boo. Teneso to Canuday. Villegas wants it, but Aliado gets it, goes off the glass.
Taking advantage of that mismatch, Aliado against Albert Edsel Chua.
And all of a sudden, the lead is up to 15. Albert Chua goes inside, pull-up J, still no. And the execution has been lacking for Grace Christian, Goodfellow Pharma. They're making the right plays, but they're just not converting.
Well, let's credit the defense of Washong, making it difficult for them to be able to convert on those attempts.
Canuday against 4 defenders, but the cleanup is good for Jose Villegas.
Well, that's what Leo Canuday will do. He's going to attract the defense. He's going to give those opportunities for the offensive rebound for his teammates.
And the foul will be called against Villegas.
Jose Villegas be called for that blocking. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and Sanidad got hit squarely on the quads of Jose Villegas. But good to see him still on the line to shoot these 2 free throws. Gilbert Sanidad hits both free throws. Still a 15-point hole, staring the face of Grace Christian College. Goodfellow Pharma. Three-pointer. Aliado misses. Albert Edsel Chua. Quarterbacking, touchdown pass is good.
That's Charles Albert Chua. That's a Chua to Chua connection for Grace Goodfellow Pharma.
And this is one way where Grace Christian can really try to catch up, get those stops, and fasten the pace. On the other end, Washong, Ken Bono, two defenders guarding him.
That's a push on Diego Rizada, or Rizaga rather. Pushed off on Oliver Lau.
As you take a look at this BYD fast break of the game, Chua to Chua connection, doing wonders for Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma.
Again, we talked about it. Those fast breaks, that's the advantage that Grace has.
And penalty situation now biting Grace Christian as we read Cantigo elevate the game with Cantigo Sport, one of our supporters of our FCAAI, Lau making two. So slowly but surely, Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma are catching up in this game. That's the good news. The bad news for them is the second wind of Washong has yet to check in, and you know this place is gonna go rocking when that jersey number 18 checks back in.
So far, they're reserving James Yap for what I can see is for the second half of this ball game.
And his help really isn't that needed as they are ahead by 12 points so far. Kanuday doing his best to keep the ship afloat for Washong. Three-pointer won't go down.
Taneso missing long on that three-pointer. Nice find by Kanuday there.
Albert Edsel Chua tried to add some English there. Another offensive rebound for Grace. Can they convert? Nice find to the wing. Three-pointer still won't go. Rebound by Aliado. Kanuday directing traffic. Final 67 seconds of our first half. Intercepted. Nice defense by Grace Goodfellow Pharma. And that fast break is good.
3-on-1 fast break. Nice finish by Alan Anson Tan off of that feed from Albert Edsel Chua.
Alan Anson Tan completing that fast break to trim the lead to 10. Kanuday thought about the three. Finds a teammate in the corner. Ken Bono fades away for the jumper.
Nice face up to the basket. Ken Bono, too difficult to stop. High release on that shot.
25 seconds on the shot clock. Misses for Grace. Final possession now for Washong. Ragni Cinco gets his own rebound. Gets blocked. Third try, but will be fouled by Sanidad.
Gilbert Sanidad. Looks like he got hit again. The face, that right part of his face. That's gonna need some ice later on.
Let's take a look at that one-man fast break by Ragni Cinco against three defenders. Four if you will consider. But he will get the two free throws as we go to this Jangnan timeout.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hopsui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Your
Final 13.6 of the first half in this battle between Washong LAMTEX Pipes and Grace College Goodfellow Pharma, where Washong is head by 12. Can Leo Canuday add to that total? No. Albert Edselchua will miss on that heave, and that will do it for our first 20 minutes of this ball game, with Washong College of Iloilo ahead by a dozen.
Collective effort for the side of Washong, giving them this lead. Leo Canuda, you have there getting that two-man game going between his former teammate Ken Bono. Ken Bono knocking down those three-pointers. But on the side of Grace Christian College, that fast break, that's going to be working for them. That is the advantage that they have against this Washong College of Iloilo. But Ken Bono just too tough, too big, too strong inside to contend with.
The action has been fast, the action has been furious, but we will take a much-needed breather. Halftime here at Tanduay Gym.
Your ideal life starts today with Smart Postpaid. Get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hop-Sui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
Hinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by HCSI Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
We welcome you back here at the Tanduay Gym for the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated 40s Division Tournament in our main event in this rainy Friday evening. As you take a look at this LAMTEX halftime stats, with Washong leading 45-33 against Grace Christian College. Good fellow PHARMA Randall Biliongson together with Coach Anton De Los Reyes. Coach, what happened and what stands out from that first 20 minutes?
Well, proving to be steadier in their half-court offense, Washong LAMTEX Pipes giving the business to good fellow PHARMA, Grace Christian College. Look at the three-point shooting, 6 out of 19, that's 31%. 4 out of 22 naman para dito sa side ng Grace Christian College. Rebounding totals, almost the same, but the assists, no doubt they are getting those balls to the players that need to get those balls or need to get those points from.
And Ken Bono leading the charge for Washong LAMTEX with 13. Eduardo Aliado hitting 2 3-pointers for his 8 points. Leo Canuday as well with 8, and Ragni Cinco with 7. And of course, Washong played in that first half without James Yap, who is now on the court for his side, much to the delight of our fans here in Tanduay Gym. And again, we'd like to greet you a good evening, whether you're watching here at the Tanduay Gym or on our streams on Facebook at Smart Sports and Phil-Chinese Athletic Association Incorporated. Of course, Washong College of Iloilo sporting a 3-0 record. Meanwhile, Grace Christian, Goodfellow, PHARMA wanting to join St. Stephen's up top with 5-0, but once 0 will have to go in this battle of undefeated teams as we start the third quarter with Grace Christian opening it with a basket from Alan Tan.
Nice pass by Albert Edsel Chua to the cutting Alan Anson Tan inside.
And Leo Canuday, he's been the steadying presence for Washong in that first half rather. Aliado misses on that 3.
Good challenge by Albert Edsel Chua, not allowing Aliado to get his game going early here in the third.
3-pointer. And that's good for Alvin Brian Lim.
5 quick points for Grace Christian College.
And the lead is down to 7 points stolen away. Tough Mama, nobody's tough like Mama. And Grace Christian showing that toughness. He cannot make it 8, talking about Alvin Brian Lim. And for the first time, James Yap gets a touch up the leather. Aliado to Bono. Gives it back to Canuday. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bono goes inside. Hounded by Albert Edsel Chua. That's, I mean, the word mismatch and the size could not be overstated, but just a courageous stand for Albert Chua. As Bono misses on the 3 from the corner. And here comes Grace. 2 versus 3. That leads to a Gilbert Sanidad basket.
There you go, that fast break. Now clicking. 7 unanswered points for the side of Grace Goodfellow PHARMA.
Indeed, a 7-0 run to start the second half for Grace Goodfellow PHARMA. Cinco misses. And the pressure is now on the side of the white shirts. Chua, no-look pass, almost stolen away. Tan, defended by Canuday. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 3-pointer, misses. Yap with the rebound. James Yap passes it to Ragni Cinco, sidesteps, draws a foul.
Nice try to stop Ragni Cinco. That was Alvin Tan trying to hold his ground.
As we take a look at this BYD fast break of the game, courtesy of Gilbert Sanidad. Again, that fast break is brought to you by BYD. And Ragni Cinco still could not break the ice for Washong College of Iloilo in this third quarter. Splits from the line.
Finally, score on the board for the side of Washong. First point here in the third.
No one marking Tan Spalding, the official ball of the FCAAI, as James Yap gives it. Aliado 4-3, short. Here comes Grace. Good fellow farmer rather. Fakes the pass, goes to Tan, to the corner, unmarked, misses. The open opportunities are there for Grace Christian, Goodfellow Pharma. They just could not convert.
Too strong on that corner three-pointer by Alan Anson Tan.
Canuday. Bono, top of the key, three, short. Ball goes to the blue shirts. And here comes Goodfellow Pharma. Albert Edsel Chua against James Yap, finds Sanidad, completes the fast break.
How about that drive and drop? Albert Edsel Chua, he knows exactly where his teammates are at all times on the court.
A 9-1 charge to open this third frame for Grace Christian. Aliado to Bono. Short jumper won't go down. A foul will be called against Eduardo Aliado. It seems like it's now Washong's turn to find themselves on the brick wall. Let's take a look at this genius assist of the game. Just gorgeous find by Albert Edsel Chua to complete that assist.
Just attacking the defense, drawing the defense. GS getting that beautiful assist from Albert Edsel Chua.
Chua directing traffic. Thought about the three. Goes to Lim, who will be fouled by Ken Bono.
That's Alvin Lim. Nice cut to the basket.
Only the first personal foul for Ken Bono. Chua goes outside, goes to Tan, pulls up, misses. Villegas back in the game. Much needed heft for Washong. Yap. First try, and he will go to the line for two. I don't know if they can hear the shrieks of the fans inside here in Tanduay Gym, but every time James Yap is close to the ball, you hear the cheers of the fans. Much to the delight of our... ito yung fans club ni James ever since the Yapsters making their presence felt. However, only a split for the San Juan Councilor. Stretching the lead to 5 for Washong LAMTEX Pipes. Here comes Grace. Sanidad to Chua, 4-3. Tries to go off glass, no go. Yap finds Villegas to Cinco. Pass to James was intercepted. Sanidad will get the touchdown basket. Canuday would answer. Cinco fakes, misses. Villegas. Strong move inside.
Second chance opportunities favoring Washong College, Iloilo.
And again, this is the importance of guys like Jose Villegas for them. Like, he may not get the much fanfare as his fellow teammates, but he's just grit and grind down low.
He's just able to turn trash into cash.
And meanwhile, on the other end, Alvin Brian Lim continues to sizzle in this third quarter.
It's going to be his third three-pointer, talking about Alvin Lim.
Second serving now for Washong after that Ken Bono three-point miss. Kanuday, short J, too strong. Chua, 2 on 3 against Kanuday, finds an opening. James Yap easily corrals the rebound. Bono to Yap, one man to beat. The man with a million moves, showing that move number 10,008. And he gives his side the 4-point lead. And we take a look at that pause and play, power play by James Yap for his first field goal of the game. Much needed basket for his team as we take this Jiangnan timeout.
Your ideal life starts today with Smart Postpaid. Get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
And we are back here at the Tanduay Gym, where James Yap is now slowly putting his imprint in this contest for his alma mater, Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes, as they hold on to this 4-point lead in this battle of undefeated teams in our Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated 40s Division Tournament. Juan, though, has the basketball, will be fouled by Jose Villegas.
So Dexter Kwan taking it strong. Jose Villegas reaching in.
And that's going to be the third team foul for Washong. Villegas checks out. In comes Rizaga. Kwan has the basketball. Dexter Kwan pulls up. Too strong. Ken Bono with the rebound. James Yap, 3 points to his name. Teneso will leave it to Bono. Will be blocked. No call there, Ken. Sanidad finds a teammate. Open three. No go. James Yap has the rebound. Gets the screen from Ken Bono. Pulls up from three. Too short. Second serving. Lost it. And that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul for James Yap. Again, we were discussing this. FIBA rules. Yung mga nakasanayan nating duty foul, it's an automatic and sportsmanlike because it always has to be a play for the ball.
Play for the ball, that's correct. In that time, there was no play at the ball or play for the ball.
Kahit gaano kalaki yung kamay ni James Yap, hindi maaabot eh. Yeah, that's a clear unsportsmanlike foul.
And just again to for the benefit of our viewers, the unsportsmanlike foul that you're used to is not because they hurt or their intention was to hurt.
Yeah, ill
just,
intent.
Yes,
yeah.
that's just the what it's been ruled as.
The interpretation of
Yes.
FIBA is always, it has to be a legitimate play for the ball. Like, it always has to go for the steal. But when you go like that, in that instance, hinawakan yung katawan, automatic anspo yan.
That's right.
Kasi nasanay tayo na yung anspo. Ay, nanakit.
Nanakit, siniko, something of that nature.
And that's going to be an unsportsman. Yeah, that's an official
James Yap.
call
His first
for James Yap. So this will be 2 free throws plus
Ball
possession.
Yep.
So a chance for Grace Christian College Goodfellow Pharma to tie the game or even take the lead. Yeah.
If they make these 2 free throws, it's gonna cut it down, but now they missed.
Summit, the official drinking water of the FCAAI, as Dexter Kwan muffs that first. And the distraction from James Yap fans hardly matter. The split for Dexter Kwan to make it a 1-possession game with less than 3 minutes to play in our 3rd quarter. Lim. Kwan. Dexter Kwan, he's been very active in this 3rd quarter, but he muffs that baseline J. 5. James Yap, 2 open. Finally hits the 3.
In rhythm for that 3-pointer, wide open, in rhythm. That's a recipe for disaster with James Yap.
And again, why would you leave big game James open? Of all the white shirts, why would you leave him open? On the other end, Grace Christian would like to answer with a 3. And that's courtesy of Alvin Brian Lim, who has just been magnificent in this 3rd quarter.
4 3-pointers for Alvin Lim, keeping Grace Christian College Goodfellow Pharma afloat.
Teneso. Ken Bono would like to respond with the 3 of his own. No. So Grace is trying to stick with the zone that has somehow worked for them. On the other end, Sanidad, no. Second serving. Juan almost lost the handle. Lim. Short J is good for Ronald Alan Lim. And we have a freaking dogfight.
Nice jumper for Ronald Lim. Unfazed, in control, just calm and collected with that jumper.
And Goodfellow Pharma is down by a solitary point. Magni 5 finds an opening. Too short, but Ken Bono is just too big down low.
You gotta find a way to be able to move him out of that paint.
Parang napakahirap na trabaho.
But you gotta do that early work, otherwise he's gonna have a field day.
As you were saying, you know, it brings me memories. I mean, we've played against Ken Bono in those recreational leagues sa UAAP. Kahit na chill lang, napakahirap itulak ni Ken Bono. And I can name a number of my teammates, mapa pros, mapa amateurs, na parang ayaw ka na muna. Parang 2 linggo hindi nag-basketball after nila maano si Ken Bono. As Lim misses on that 3, Kanuday has a basketball. Protecting a 3-point lead is Washong, LAMTEX pipes, and James Yap hits a 3 once again. You cannot give rhythm to a guy as good as James Yap, but Barceliano will be called for a foul after that 3. As we take a look at that gorgeous 3-pointer by James Carlos Yap, but Barceliano throwing an elbow to the back of the head.
That's going to be a foul on Francis Barceliano, but great play to get James Yap open. Leo Canuday, nice pick, nice down screen for James Yap to get that free 3 at the top of the key.
Shades of NBA of free 3. But yeah, I mean, going back to this game, it's like, it feels like Washong College is doing just enough to hold off this very resilient, resolute Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma team, who are just within striking distance, we should say.
I mean, this is a 5-point lead. Yeah, couple of stops here and there, a couple of conversions, and you know, this could change the complexion. The momentum could shift to the side of Grace.
And it has really lived up to the hype of this being the main event as James Yap hits another three.
That's the third three-pointer for James Yap in this game.
10 points all in the third quarter for the two-time PBA MVP. Another three for Grace, no go. Second try, Dexter Kwan finds a teammate. But that's gonna be a foul once again called against Washong. A bit of an acting job, but JJ Chua got away with it. As you take a look at this Hungry Pares three-point shot of the game, courtesy of who else but James Yap.
And again, Leo Canuda, a nice down screen to get James Yap free for that three.
So, Grace Christian still staring at an 8-point deficit, but they have the possession. Will try to cut this lead before the end of the fourth, but they turn the ball over. And that's a fast break for Diego Lizaga. Kind of slow break, really. And a three-pointer to end, no. And that, that will leave 1.3 seconds to go in this third quarter. And Tenero will just throw it like a catapult. And what action we have seen in that third quarter, where that man has finally made his presence felt. James Yap making himself available, like, I might be late, but I'm still the best guy here for Washong.
Albert Chua trying to get some headway, chopping down this 17-point lead. They got it to as low as 4 points, courtesy of those three-pointers by Alvin Lim. And that stellar play, like what we mentioned, their fast-breaking attempts. But James Yap, three-pointers here in the third, giving this lead back.
And again, Washong, LAMTEX Pipes ahead by 10 against Grace Christian Goodfellow Farmer. Fourth quarter when we return.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hopsui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
We welcome you back here, the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated here at Tanduay Gym in this rainy Friday evening in our first play date in the month of May, where we are treated to a great main event. Battle of undefeated teams. 3-0 ang Washong College LAMTEX Pipes leading 10 points against Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma, who are 4-0, and we are in the fourth quarter, winning time here in Tanduay Gym. Randall Bileoson together with Coach Anton de los Reyes, and right on cue, James Yap. 12th point in this contest.
Yep, running one-hander off the glass. Too easy for James Yap to get points here in the game.
Move number 255 for James Yap. But a three-pointer by Dunhill D, keeping Grace Christian in this game.
That's just a 9-point lead. Timely basket for Dunhill D.
And you see the battle down low. Francis Barceliano carving his way inside.
It's a good matchup. JJ Chua versus Francis Barceliano.
The level of physicality in this second half has just gotten up a notch. You see how important this game is in between this battle of undefeated teams.
No one wants to go home with that blemish on their record.
Again, 1-0 has got to go as Dexter Kwan hits a baseline J.
Again, Albert Edsel Chua finding his teammate down at the baseline for that baseline J.
Tanduay gives it once again. Oh, nice find by Barceliano to Ragni Cinco.
How do you like that? Again, big to big action. Nice cut by Ragni Cinco. Nice find by Francis Barceliano.
Albert Edsel Chua would like to retort. Nice find too to Dexter Kwan, but he will recalibrate. No one to pass up to. Stolen away by James Yap. That's just too easy. Big game James, defended by Albert Edsel Chua to Cinco. Wow, nice passing now for Washong.
Again, ball movement for the side of Washong. Impeccable to start the fourth.
And they are leading by 13 points. Talking about Washong as we take a look at this genius assist of the game. Just the big-to-big connection for Washong as they lead 72-59 in this Jiangnan timeout.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hop-Sui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
And how do you like this? An action-packed fourth quarter buoyed by that guy, James Yap, as Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes are ahead by a baker's dozen, 72-59 against Grace Christian Goodfellow PHARMA. And the two-time PBA MVP is still leading the charge. Remember, Coach Anton, James was not present in that first half, and they are still ahead in this contest. Grace Christian, though, would like to respond and cut this deficit. You know, less than 8 minutes to play. Albert Edsel Chua, nice pass. Three-pointer, too strong. Second try, Sanidad, despite being defended by his teammate, still got that bucket.
Nice offensive rebound by GS. Bang in the bucket.
As you take a look at that pause and play, power play, Gilbert Sanidad defended by his own teammate. But the foul was on Ragni Cinco. That was from behind.
From behind, indeed. A nice pick to get his teammate
Hirap nun.
GS open.
Kasi parang nagulat sila, akala nila yung teammate yung foul. Hindi pwede yung friendly fire.
Hindi pwede yun.
Kasi body contact. May body contact talaga. Yung kampingal. Just take a look at that.
So it's Francis Barceliano that's going to be called for that foul. Because he pushed the teammate. He pushed, I believe that was Alvin Noel Lim.
So should it be Alvin Noel Lim who will be shooting the free throw, or?
Well, that's what they're gonna clarify. But that shot should
that
count.
will count definitely. Kasi nga naman, Meto, hindi ka rin naman kasi dedepensa sa sarili mo kakampi.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think they will really give that extra free throw, that bonus free throw to Alvin Noel Lim. As we take a look at our commissioner's row with our chairman Wilbert Loy and our commissioner Junel Bakuli.
And of course, our technical head, Rafi Britannico, ating commissioner's row.
Yeah, just on top of the situation every game day in our Fil-Chi Athletic Association Incorporated. So they will a little clarification. I mean, that should be on Barceliano, right?
It is.
Yeah,
It should be on Barceliano.
So obviously Ragni Cinco did not hit him. Talking about Sanidad, but again, the most important thing is the referees get the call right. That's the utmost MO for our officials. Even the officials are trying to sort things out within their ranks. So let's listen to the partner for the official clarification.
But one thing is clear, it should be foul counted.
Are they calling a technical? So Sanidad misses that one. Also,
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
It's quite unclear what happened there.
but they counted the basket from Sanidad, right? So good, Grace Christian, good fellow PHARMA has the possession. Three-pointer is good for Dunhill D. And the rally is on for good fellow PHARMA.
Instant offense for Dunhill D. That's his second three-pointer. 6 points in the ball game.
Only a long two. Only a long two. They corrected it. Oh, nice find. Ragni Cinco underneath.
Great pass. James Yap.
A lot of assists for Washong in this second half. Really doing wonders for them, and that's why they're ahead. No one marking Albert Edsel Chua. But Rizaga tracks the rebound. Kanuday will slow things down. They can afford it with the lead this big. James Yap against 3 defenders, 4 defenders now. Go to the line for 2. The respect that the Grace Christian team gives James Yap, I mean, it's freaking understandable. As you take a look at this genius assist of the game by James Yap to Ragni Cinco. Again,
just sneaking inside was Ragni Cinco. Nice cut to the basket. Easy pickings for James Yap.
And we were discussing when you have a teammate this great, not just good, but great, it heightens the morale, it increases the confidence of your team. But also on the downside, sometimes it also affects the psyche. Medyo naging kumpiyansa, komportable, di ba?
Well, that could be a case, or a case could be made for overconfidence on the part of his teammates.
But so far, they have shook those complacency questions off as they are still ahead by 13 points. Talking about Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes. Jose Villegas will be called once again for a foul. And he will foul out. That's going to be his 5th personal. So Jose Villegas is done for the night.
To be hitting the shower 6 minutes and 30 seconds early. Talking about Jose Villegas.
And he has done an impeccable job in providing muscle down low for Washong against this very relentless Grace Christian team. But Ragni Cinco forces a turnover, a miscue on Gilbert Sanidad. Ball goes back to the white shirts.
Just moving his feet, staying in front of his man. Ragni Cinco, nice defense to force that TO.
Leo Canuday directing traffic. Goes to Ken Bono. Goes to James. Big game James gets some space. Misses. Canuday with a rebound. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Washong. Ken Bono, no one marking him. And that's kaboom for Ken Bono.
Too much time for Ken Bono to get that shot off. Challenge was late from Albert Edsel Chua.
Albert Edsel Chua would like to respond. Overcooks that three. Bono with a rebound. James Yap will slow things down, gives it to Canuday as we approach the halfway point of our fourth quarter. James Yap. MEC empowering people through technology. That's a miss for Rizaga. Dunhill D against James Yap, gets away, will not get a continuation.
It's going to be 2 free throws though for Dunhill D. Nice move to attack the basket and attack the defense of James Yap.
As we take a look at that too easy three from Ken Bono from the top of the arc.
And that pick and pop play working wonders for Washong, Leo Canuday, and Ken Bono.
Cantigo, elevate the game with Cantigo Sport. Thank you for supporting the FCAAI. As Dunhill D makes the most of those charities. Grace Christian still down by 14 points. Canuday has the basketball for Washong. Rizaga goes to James Yap on the baseline. I've seen this move a million times, but leaves it to Leo Canuday, who takes the shot but misses. And that's going to be a foul on Leo Canuday. Frustration foul on Leo Canuday, I should say.
He missed that shot inside. But that's a good foul because that stops that fast break. Not yet in the penalty.
But that's going to be their fourth team foul for Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes. And brings us back to our discussion in the first quarter. Maybe fatigue is getting to Washong, that they are making those fouls to stop the break. But now they find themselves in danger of getting in penalty as another jumper goes down for Oliver Lau, trimming the lead down to a dozen. Canuday, 15 to shoot, directing traffic for Washong. Cross-court pass, Ken Bono from the corner.
This time, Ken Bono, he's really gotten his groove in this ball game, getting those 3-pointers to go.
Lim could not answer back, and James Yap has the ball for Washong. Less than 4 minutes to play. Canuday to James Yap, fakes it, still takes it. Short, Rizaga with the offensive board and gets the basket.
Diego Rizaga, very steady, getting those offensive rebounds for the side of Washong.
Washong College of Iloilo, LAMTEX Pipes ahead by 17. Miss 3, second serving. And that's good for Alvin Brian Lim. Rizaga has the basketball for Washong, leaves it to James Yap. Big game James, defended by 2 defenders, gives it to Rizaga, who runs into trouble but is caught hooking his defender.
Trying to carve out space was Diego Rizaga. He had Ragnicinco down at the baseline, wasn't able to see him and get that ball to Ragni.
Time is not on the side of Grace Christian. They have to make their move. They're still down by 14. Lim will be fouled by Ken Bono.
There's a bump by Ken Bono.
Only second for the former Adamson stalwart, but again, is fatigue slowly showing on the side of Washong.
14-point lead. 3 minutes, or a second under 3 minutes. And all they need to do is manage the time.
The biggest difference maker for them is the 11 threes that they have made. Talking about Washong, but the effort, you can see it on Grace Christian. And that's really attributed to them stepping up to the challenge. They're still down by 12. Again, these are no pushovers. Both teams are undefeated in our FCAAI and really deserving of our main event billing.
You could argue that it is the three-pointers, but 11 three-pointers converted by Washong, 9 for Grace Christian College. When you look at the points in the paint, 34 for Washong, 22 for Grace. So that's a big 12-point difference. If you look at the score, 84 to 72, that's where the 12 points is, the points in the paint. Just too big is Washong for Grace Christian College, especially with the loss of Alex Lau. Remember Alexander Lau?
He was
he was limping.
And they are not out of it. Talking about good fellow PHARMA. But time is not on their side. And again, a charging foul. Those miscues are just shooting good fellow PHARMA on the foot, as they will call this Jiangnan timeout with 2:31 to play.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks, 30 years of technology distribution.
We take a look at this PG Flex key matchup. James Yap, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, all in the second half against Alvin Lim, who has also brought his A game with 21 points and 2 rebounds. That was a great matchup in our PG Flex key matchup, but we're still not done. Still got 2:25 to play here in our fourth quarter, as Leo Canuday will be called for the charge off of a timeout.
That's Leo Canuday using his shoulder to get that bump. There you go.
Naggalaw yung salamin ni
Albert
Etzel.
Because you can't use your shoulder to dislodge the defender.
May halong gigil na rin,
You know, it's just one of those things.
But again, this is a 40-minute game. You cannot throw in the towel as long as there's time on the court. As much as you want to finish your opponent off, there's still a lot of time. But Grace continues to miss. That's a missed shot by Alan Anson Tan. Ragni 5. And we are now in our TCL last 2 minutes. 2 misses for Diego Rizaga, but the ball stays with Washong. And they turn it over once again.
Trying to go down low was Ragni 5 to Diego Rizaga.
I told you this ain't over. But Grace Christian, good fellow PHARMA, has to make their move. Lau. 3 ball. Won't go for Alvin Lim. But no one marking Albert Anson Tan. Ansel Chua, rather. Second try. Still no. Chua, 4-3. Still no. Fourth try. Still no. Those are just painful misses.
all the opportunities, all the chances for you to be able to knock down those three-pointers. Nothing going the way of Goodfellow Pharma on those trips to the three-point area.
And that fast break will not end up in the hands of Sanidad. And we're now in our final minute, and it seems like one side will be able to hold on with the victory. But what a game we just had. Ken Bono to Rizaga. Still the chances. But the foul will be called against Grace Christian Goodfellow Pharma.
It's going to be on Gilbert Sanidad trying to stop Ragni Cinco from that putback. That's their 14th foul, so they are at the limit. Next foul will mean free throws.
Tanduay has the basketball, 10 seconds to shoot, gives it to Ken Bono, fruit in the corner, too strong. Ball goes to Grace Christian, 30 seconds remaining. Sanidad, Chua will try his luck from three, nope, has it. Still no, and that's just the story of the game for Grace Christian. And their O will go Washong College of Iloilo. LAMTEX Pipes will take this one. And we'll go up 4-0 in our FCAAI. The final score is 84-72 for the White Shirts. Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes taking this one over Grace Christian College, Goodfellow Pharma. And what a main event that was, Coach.
Great main event indeed. Just too much firepower for the side of Washong. Too much UAAP pedigree. We're talking about James Yap, Ken Bono, Leo Canuday. They also have their Francis Barceliano as well as Ragni Cinco doing a lot of the damage for Washong to be able to pull this one out. We talked about it and you've mentioned it. 1-0 has to go. And that O is going to go for the side of Grace Christian College.
Once again, the Triangle Tires for Life final score, Washong LAMTEX Pipes taking this one by a dozen, 84-72 against Grace Christian College, Goodfellow Pharma. And there's a lot of stars in this game, but who did you pick for our best player, Coach?
Of course, steady offense from start to the finish, knocking down those three-pointers, being that inside presence when needed, taking up space inside. One-time former UAAP and MVP Carl Kenneth Bono, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. He's our Triangle Tires for Life best player of the game.
Well deserved for the big man, Ken Bono, steering his team to a 4-0 record in our Fil-Chi Athletic Association. As we take a look at this MEC game recap, Coach Anton?
42% from the field, LAMTEX Pipes. 30% for Goodfellow Pharma. Just not a good shooting night for Goodfellow Pharma. But you look at the points in the paint, 34 points compared to 22. That's where the difference was. 12 points ahead for LAMTEX Pipes.
They were in this game, but again, in every competition, one has to win and one will take the L. And this time, Washong College of Iloilo LAMTEX Pipes takes the W. For Coach Anton de los Reyes, we'll take a look at this upcoming games. This is going to be on Monday, May 5, still here at Tanduay Gym. Uno High School CW Home Depot will face off against Westminster, and then Xavier School Acro City Zouche will be in action. Again, for Coach Anton de los Reyes, this has been Randolph B. Leongson taking you in the action in our Fil-Chi Athletic Association. That's it for us in this rainy Friday evening, and we'd like to greet you a good evening, and we'll say salamat, salamat.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.